Have you ever laid awake at night wondering if there's somewhere else you could build a better life? Maybe you're tired of the political chaos, the healthcare costs, or just dreaming of a fresh start somewhere new. Well, what if I told you that moving abroad as an American isn't just possible, but easier than you think in certain countries? Today, I'm going to reveal the 3 absolute easiest countries for Americans to relocate to right now. And trust me, some of these might surprise you. Before we dive in, if you're serious about moving abroad long-term, the real challenge isn't visas, it's income. That's why I learned how to build location-independent YouTube channels using Tube Mastery, so geography never dictates my lifestyle again. Let me be clear about something. I'm not talking about vacation spots or places to retire with $1 million in the bank. I'm talking about countries where regular Americans with average savings can actually pack up, move, and build a legitimate life. Countries with straightforward visa processes, reasonable cost of living, and communities that welcome Americans with open arms. The first country that makes this incredibly easy is Portugal, and here's why this European gem should be at the top of your list. Portugal offers something called the D7 visa, which is basically a golden ticket for Americans who can prove they have passive income or remote work capabilities. We're talking about needing to show roughly $1,500 per month in income, which is less than what many Americans spend on rent alone. But here's where it gets really interesting. Portugal doesn't just want your money, they want you to become part of their community. The visa process typically takes just a few months, and unlike other European countries that make you jump through endless bureaucratic hoops, Portugal has streamlined everything. You can literally start the application process online from your kitchen table in Ohio. The cost of living will blow your mind. A decent apartment in Lisbon runs about 800 to 1,200 euros per month, while smaller cities like Porto or Braga offer even better deals. Healthcare is virtually free through their national system, and the quality rivals anything you'll find in major American cities. Plus, Portugal has a special tax regime for new residents that can significantly reduce your tax burden for the first 10 years. Now here's the kicker that most people don't know about Portugal. The country has invested heavily in digital infrastructure specifically to attract remote workers. They have co-working spaces, high-speed internet everywhere, and entire communities of American expats who've made the transition. The language barrier isn't even a real issue because English is widely spoken, especially among younger Portuguese. The second country that's rolling out the red carpet for Americans is Mexico, but not in the way you might think. Forget everything you've heard about complicated Mexican bureaucracy because they've completely revolutionized their approach to attracting American residents. Mexico now offers a temporary resident visa that's shockingly easy to obtain. You need to show either $2,500 in monthly income or about $43,000 in savings. That might sound like a lot, but compared to what you'd need for most European countries, it's actually quite reasonable. The visa is good for 4 years and can be renewed indefinitely. But here's what makes Mexico truly special for Americans. The proximity factor changes everything. You can drive across the border to visit family, shipping your belongings is straightforward and affordable, and you're still in the same time zones for work calls. No jet lag, no massive shipping costs, no feeling completely disconnected from home. The cost of living advantage in Mexico is absolutely incredible. In cities like Mérida, San Miguel de Allende, or even beachfront towns like Playa del Carmen, you can live comfortably on $1,500 to $2,000 per month. That includes rent, food, utilities, healthcare, and entertainment. Try doing that in any major American city. Mexican healthcare deserves special mention because it's both affordable and high quality. Many doctors trained in the United States, medical procedures cost a fraction of American prices, and prescription medications that cost hundreds in America often cost just dollars in Mexico. Dental work, cosmetic procedures, and routine healthcare are so affordable that medical tourism from the U.S. to Mexico is a billion-dollar industry. The expat communities in Mexico are thriving and welcoming. Americans have been retiring to Mexico for decades, which means established support networks, English-speaking services, and people who understand exactly what you're going through during the transition. Before our next country, here's what most people won't tell you. Moving to another country is easy. Earning in dollars while living anywhere is the hard part. That's exactly why so many expats quietly build automated YouTube channels using Tube Mastery by Matt Parr, a system designed to generate income without showing your face, editing videos, or relying on clients. This isn't theory. I'm talking about a repeatable framework that works whether you're in Mexico, Portugal, or Southeast Asia. If your goal is real freedom, not just a cheaper country, this is the skill that unlocks it. The link below shows you how people are turning YouTube into a location-free income engine, and honestly, this is the step most would-be expats never take. The third country might surprise you because it's not where most people think to look, and that's Estonia. This tiny Baltic nation has created what they call the digital nomad visa, and it's specifically designed for people who work remotely. Estonia recognized early that the future of work is location independent, and they've positioned themselves as the European hub for digital professionals. Getting an Estonian digital nomad visa requires proving you earn at least 3,500 euros per month from remote work or freelancing. While that's higher than Portugal or Mexico, Estonia offers something unique in return. You get full access to the European Union, meaning you can travel freely to 26 other countries without additional visas. Estonia's digital infrastructure is legendary. This is the country that gave us Skype, and they've built their entire government and business ecosystem around digital efficiency. Internet speeds are among the fastest in the world, government services are almost entirely online, and the startup ecosystem is thriving. The cost of living in Estonia is surprisingly reasonable. Tallinn, the capital, offers modern European living at prices significantly lower than Western European cities. You can find quality apartments for 600 to 900 euros per month, and outside the capital, costs drop even further. What makes Estonia particularly appealing is the mindset of the country. They actively want international talent, they've embraced English as a business language, and the education system produces some of the most digitally literate citizens in the world. For Americans working in tech, finance, or any digital field, Estonia feels like stepping into the future. Now let me share some insider knowledge that applies to all three countries. The biggest mistake Americans make when considering international moves is overthinking the visa process. These countries want you to come. They've simplified their processes specifically to attract international residents who will contribute to their economies. Start with research, but don't get paralyzed by details. Visit these countries first, even if just for a few weeks. Get a feel for the culture, the pace of life, and whether you can genuinely see yourself building a life there. Portugal, Mexico, and Estonia all offer tourist visas that let you explore without commitment. Consider your personal situation honestly. If you're tied to American healthcare, have aging parents, or your career requires physical presence in the United States, international living might not be right for you yet. But if you're location independent, adventurous, and ready for a change, these three countries offer genuine opportunities. The world has changed dramatically in recent years. Remote work isn't just accepted, it's preferred by many employers. International banking and money transfers have become simple and affordable. Video calls keep you connected to family and friends regardless of distance. Here's my challenge for you. Pick one of these three countries and spend 30 minutes researching their visa requirements today. Not someday, not when things settle down, but today. Download the application forms, look at apartment listings, join expat Facebook groups. Take one concrete step toward the life you've been dreaming about. Your future self might thank you for having the courage to explore what's possible beyond American borders. Which of these three countries intrigued you most? Let me know in the comments, and if you found this helpful, subscribe because I'll be sharing more practical guides for Americans considering life abroad.